Welcome back. We are going to start weatherboarding house. So first step, remove them. Second step, straighten the wall. Third step, wrap. Fourth step, corners. Fifth, level, and then kind of start installing. There's some more that's extremely oversimplified, but that's the gist. The product we're using is James Hardie Linea boards. Them. Got enough to do the extension as well, but we're not doing that just at the minute. Start with this front side. I'm waiting for my building permit for this job, so I'm doing everything that I can that's like pre-permit. Don't need a building permit to reclad your building. And then I'll also start doing fences because they're obviously fucked. Yeah. And then we'll start to do some internal shit as well. That's the gist of it. Alright. Got like half it, most of it cleared. So it's only like 4 o'clock now. Given that this is a gaping hole in my house, I'll probably try and get most of this up this afternoon. Like this section here is just fucking big boards. I bought some of those clamp mate things, which I reckon you can put it up by yourself with these. So we'll find out. Hopefully they're not just a gimmick that I fell for and they work fucking sick. It does lie up pretty straight, which is also a big benefit. I don't think I'm gonna have to fuck around too long pulling all this shit back in. I'll pretty much run a level over it. If there's no big humps and bumps and shit, then I'll repaper over the top of that. I'm not a build science expert, so I don't really know if I should or not, but I mind just updating it. It's got bats in the walls, you can see in there, so there's no point to open it up if it didn't have bats or something like that in it. The only thing I might have to do is go get some expansion foam for around the windows, because that's my other reason for repapering, is I'll tape all of my windows up properly. I'm just trying to keep them a bit more waterproof for years to come. Yeah, we should get a good hole in this today. Should be nice. So that's that corner, as rough as it looks. I just got to do that little infill up the top. And then I'll put this corner angle on, which is that silver thing on the ground next to the dog. And then I'll move the ladder and go do the other end. So that's our first corner piece on. I've left it long just because it's easy enough to trim off later. And then kind of here, this paper would fuck off. I'm checking. Sorry, my camera's still busted, so I'm still doing this on my phone. Here we're checking for straight more than we are level. Remember seeing the bubble on the other side? The wall leans in. It's just really nice and straight. There's no sunlight coming through beneath the level anywhere. Roll it over. And see a similar thing on the other side. So the wall's flat, it's just not level. We'll live with that. Tapered, corners are on. Usually you use these little strips to start you off. So these boards are not like a normal weatherboarding that they're square, they don't taper. So you need something to like kick your first board out. Usually you would use that because of how it sits. We overhang the subfloor a little bit, So I'm going to sit that first board flat against, instead of using that, if that makes sense. It'll be like 90 degrees or plumb, as plumb as that wall is, and then the rest will have the weatherboard kick in it. I think that will be the better result than to try and pin that to the fucking bottom of sort of nothing, because the spacings are pretty far apart down there. So yeah, we'll grab out the laser. Not that one. And we're going to set this trailer up properly. But when it comes to work or set the trailer up, then work. Anyway, there goes the laser. So if you're keeping track of time, 6:25, and the first board's lasered on. So, and then the next one overlaps. You get this, like, you just see like that 30mm line. And that's how they set you up for the next board. But we'll leave the laser there and just keep cross-checking it. Fucking, these Diablo blades are sick. So fucking easier cutting timber. It's time to give those fucking Cladding things a go. Damn. Never used them before. So my understanding is they go underneath the board you just put in, and then you must have to set that bit. So as far as we got today, I thought I'd better call it before I keep pissing the neighbours off. It's like 7-ish. So the laser and the Cladding things it's a pretty winning setup. The bottom was a little bit funky because of doing it that way, so I put one face nail in just along one row of these just to pull them in, and then that should be good to go right up. Tomorrow we should get this wall done, hopefully around the back as well. And then I think I'll order the fence tomorrow if it gets dropped on Thursday or something, and drop that in. So I'll do like fence Thursday. I think if I get all the cladding done and the other wall, drains are Saturday, so this is going to get torn up. And then there's an aircon unit up around this side I'm waiting for to get moved, and then I'll clad this side as well, and then concrete moulds, internal flooring. Yeah, it's just the beginning.